Manychat versus email marketing. Which is better? If you're wondering that, we're going to have a conversation about it right now. Kyle, are you ready to jump in?
I'm ready to jump in. Let's do
Let's
this.
do this,
Battle
man. Yeah,
Royale.
let's have the conversation. Here's my thesis. Manychat is not good to use compared to email marketing, and I don't use it. And here's why. It's completely playing on Facebook's playground. Manychat,
Mhm.
if you're not familiar with it, if you're just listening to this, you're wondering what we're talking about. It's a tool that works with Facebook Messenger. So it
Mhm.
enables broadcast messages to a large group
Mhm.
through Facebook Messenger. Did I describe it correctly? Does that sound right?
That would be it.
And it's all the rage. At least it has been for the few years. I think the bloom has fallen off the rose a little bit in the last year because Facebook began to constrict and restrict what could be
Mhm.
done through ManyChat. But
Right.
still, I think there are a lot of people who are asking this question: what should I use? If I'm just getting into things. And I would say, from my side of things, start with email marketing and scale email marketing today and work hard on that before you even think about ManyChat. So prioritization, I would say emails first all the way till you're really going. Now, I just monopolized this entire conversation, but Kyle,
No, no,
what do you
no. You're
think?
good. Get it out there. Make them. That's a valid argument.
Okay.
I don't think that you're going to hear anybody say never own your own list, right?
Right.
I totally get that. And email, total win. But but ManyChat, I think, has some very unique use cases.
Okay.
One being the way in which you can leverage micro commitments inside of a flow and really branch that out and have and send them to different things
Mm-hmm.
quickly. Like you can gain actionable intelligence. Like you can build these little surveys, you can send people, you can customize and segment down really fast. It's really their engagement with the chat bot, if you would,
Okay.
that has a higher level of engagement. The other way that is a win is that many people are actually getting used to the chatbot experience, both on websites
Uh-huh.
and through ManyChat before. So it's becoming more of a best practice
Because of
in terms
customer
of the
service
use.
apps and that kind of thing for
Yeah, just
websites.
because of
Right.
people's use case for it. Like they're more comfortable with that. Now they know many
Yeah.
times that it is in fact a chatbot, but it doesn't matter because it's solving their questions. It's prompting them. It's giving them a more customized experience, which is what they want if you build it that way, right? It
Yeah.
requires work. It requires you to build it. The other benefit I think of ManyChat, at least currently, is if you are doing it correctly, you have a very high open rate because it is going to Messenger. Now, not everybody's on Messenger, and not everybody wants to use Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is you immediately, the con is segment that audience out. Everybody uses email. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
even above social media, everybody has email at some level. So that's ubiquitous. Everyone's going to have access. Not everyone's going to use ManyChat. So you are making a clear distinction. So that is a con from that standpoint. But it
Right.
does have a much higher open and higher engagement rate. And also there's some retargeting. You can retarget an email as well. But since ManyChat is plugged into Facebook system, there's some crossover in terms of what you can do, sort of retargeting people and re-engaging people through
Yeah.
that process.
Okay, I hate to admit it, but those are valid points. I also will hate to admit one other thing that you didn't mention, which is ManyChat makes it a very easy experience on your phone,
It does. It's
whereas email
designed.
marketing is frequently a desktop-based system. Although some people have their email
Mm-hmm.
set up properly on their iPhone or their phone or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times though, people won't have their email on their phone, and people are on their
Mm-hmm.
phone all day long. So if you
Right.
can tap into the Facebook Messenger ManyChat system to engage people, you probably do have an engagement method that's really strong. And you're right, the open rates for broadcast messages through ManyChat are insane compared to email marketing. You have not convinced me though, but
Right.
I will just say this. Maybe if new marketers are coming into the world of online selling and haven't done either, maybe it's one of those things where you just prioritize email marketing as the first thing you set up,
Mm-hmm.
and
For
then
sure.
you make a goal like, okay, once I get to 1,000 people on my list, or once I get to 10,000 people on my list, I'll set up my ManyChat
Right.
system.
Yep.
And that might be a good way to approach it. For our
100%.
primary e-commerce company list, we have 99,000 people on our list, and we don't use ManyChat. For our charity, we have about 30,000 people on the list. Don't use ManyChat. For our coaching business, we have 5,000, 6,000.
Yeah.
We don't use ManyChat. Wait,
No.
do we use
Little,
Manychat
we
for our
have it. We
business?
have it. We have it. It's there, and
Okay.
it has a specific use case function for
Okay.
us.
So I will just say that prioritization, maybe it's not an either or, maybe it's a both and. Does that seem fair?
I think so. I think it really defines, like, if you don't have any email list, one of your goals is to really get clear on building that first. I think
Yeah.
as a fundamental, you want to own your list. Like, you don't have a business unless you have a list. Ultimately, the
Yeah.
buyer's list, the lead list, whatever it is, like, you need to own that process.
Yeah.
Now, what is cool is if you have a unique use case for Manychat. I don't do it just because someone says you should do it because it's cool, right? Because it's the newest flavor. Have a specific use case for it and
Yeah.
get really clear on what that is, but then also leverage it to build your email list. Because the nice thing about Manychat is that you can front end it as an ad, as an offer that people get opted into as an ad to fresh new leads.
Okay.
And so, but part of that process you're building out in Manychat is a flow in which you can capture their email address and have it automatically routed to build your email list.
Okay.
So you can use it in a way that has a specific use case, but you got to think through
So
it.
Manychat to email list sign up is another approach. So it's kind
Get
of
the
like
best of
putting them
both worlds.
together. You get the best of both
Mm-hmm.
worlds. Yeah. Okay. I get it. All right, man. Well, this has been a good conversation. If you're watching this on in one of our groups, then hopefully this has been helpful. If you're watching it on YouTube, then feel free to check out our websites. Winningionshopify.com is where we have tons of tips of the week, videos like this. We also have long form blog articles about many e-commerce related topics. Links to our podcast. Our podcast is currently #1 in e-commerce without the dash on Spotify. Right. E-commerce with the dash. And also, I think it was startups. I looked for other keywords.
Nice.
So we're sort of like getting there on the podcast scene, which is super cool. So
that is very, very cool.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you check out our work. And of course, if you like this topic and you want to learn more about email marketing, I think probably the smartest thing to encourage people to check out is ninemountains.com. We have a Nine Mountains resource ebook, but also a community. If you go through the funnel, you'll see our community. And we'd love to have you join the community where we do deep dive training. We have a lot of training on email marketing that we're doing. And we'd love to have you jump in and join a group of really awesome e-commerce sellers that are growing together. They're working through a framework which we've developed called the 9 Mountains of Traffic framework. And we'd love to have you jump in and be a part of that, learn and grow and scale up your business. So Kyle, any other comments for the good of the order?
I think the 9 Mountains of Traffic, that community is a fantastic resource. And if you ever wished you had sort of a path, like, what should I do to build my email marketing list? Guess what? That's in the 9 Mountains of Traffic community. We have a success path for you to sort of engage and sort of make progress and steps in. So that I'm super excited about that. But also, I want to hear your comments. Are you using Manychat? Are you building your email list? Go ahead and let us know that here in the comments as well, or message us on social. We'd love to sort of hear your feedback in both building your email list and your Manychat chatbot list.
Absolutely. All right, man. Take care.